Not on the first date.
Not even if I buy you a drink first?
No. It's sort of a weird question to ask somebody, even in a non-post-apocalyptic world, to see their thumb.
Well, Milton's a weird guy, though, so he's prone to ask those kind of weird questions. And it would have been good data. He was right. Oh, that's a tough one. It's hard to say either of them won because neither of them got what they wanted. I'd say the governor won because the governor came out of it with a plan to eliminate his enemy. And Rick's not naive enough to go walk into this next negotiation session thinking that there's not going to be an ambush. He has to see an ambush coming.
I also think the governor won because at the very end of it, Rick thinks about giving up Michonne. I don't think before the previous episode where they bonded, it was even a moral dilemma for Rick at that point. Now that she has become, and he sees the value in having her, it's totally, what do you do?
Yeah, up until that point, he was going to unload her himself.
Right.
So it's like, you know, all that junk you have in your garage, you want to unload it yourself.
Yeah,
And someone volunteers to come take it in exchange for a truce. All right.
Yeah.
He's letting his people mix with the prison people in a way that doesn't make them want to kill each other. Sooner or later, it's going to turn out that everyone realizes the governor's the only one who wants bloodshed here.
Yeah, well, I don't know that Martinez or Milton are strong enough personalities to do anything but follow the governor. So I still think that they're going to blindly follow what he says. The only hope that Milton has is if Andrea can influence him enough to side with her. You know, because really when it comes down to it, they're the three most trusted people in the governor's camp, and the governor can't trust Andrea at all.
Right.
So you'll get left with Smithers and, I'm sorry.
Milton. Let's just call him Smithers from now on.
Milton and Martinez are as his own two trusted people. I mean, Martinez has replaced Merle, you know, as the number one guy, but I don't know that he's making too much of a mistake because he still has most, you know, 2 out of 3 under his thumb. They're going to do what he says.
I think I get a feeling that it's going to be his downfall because it's going to turn out that he's the only one who really wants to fight.
I think he's trying every political trick he knows to either throw Rick off his game. You know, because first he's like, surrender. Well, that didn't work. Have a drink. Well, that didn't work. My wife died. That really didn't work. Then it was like, give me Michonne. Maybe that worked. You know?
Okay.
He went through every sort of manipulation he could think of. He tried strong-arming, he tried being a friend, he tried sympathy, and then, you know...
Do you think that was sympathy or empathizing when he told that story, or do you think he was trying to rattle Rick, because Rick probably has some of those feelings himself?
I think he was trying to, because at that point Rick had no sympathy for him, so I think he was trying to play on Rick's emotions, but I think he failed because as soon as he said, so, I hear your partner may be your baby's daddy. Going into it, he had expectations because at that point he's been able to outwit every opponent so far. So I think he had the plan of shooting Rick because he had the gun taped to the desk.
He did.
And I think because Rick never disarmed, he never had the opportunity to pull his gun and shoot him. I think that was his plan.
Yeah, as soon as Rick saw a hand go under the table, he'd be guarded.
Yeah.